Hi, this is Brent Hess here with the Real Influence Podcast, a platform dedicated to bringing back the true meaning of influencer. In the recent years, it's gotten so watered down and really lost its meaning. The people doing the biggest influences in their communities are usually the furthest thing away from trying to create some online persona. This isn't to throw any shade at those selling chapsticks, lotions, and potions to their social media accounts online, but more so to give the younger generations and my kids a small insight into true influence, its impact, and its attainability. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Boom! Here we are. Let's dive right in. I'm excited to have Coach Bennet. We got Max. We got Jeremiah here. How we doing, everybody?
We're doing great. We're doing great. How about yourself?
Great, doing good. I'm happy to have you guys, Coach Bennet, and you got some of your young athletes here. So that's awesome. I'm glad you
Yes,
guys are
sir.
with us and a part of it. And you guys are going to be on the Champions League boxing event July 13th, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're training hard. We're ready.
Oh man, I'm excited. Hey, well, Coach Bennet, tell us a little bit about how you got started into this, how you became such an influential coach, and just such a good positive influence for the community.
Yeah, so it started out, I grew up in Africa, in Ghana, and I always watched a lot of martial art, movies, a lot of the boxing competitions. I watched them a lot. I didn't get the chance to train, and compete like I wanted when I first saw that. So it wasn't until I migrated over to the US and I still didn't get started, but somewhere 2015, 2016, I decided, hey, let me get into this because, I've always wanted to do it. I was 25 then. I started, but I didn't think it was too late. Um, and I got into it. I started training, doing MMA at first, believe it or not. It was MMA
There
that
you
I
go.
started with. And I had a pro fighter that was my main sparring partner, and he would always, always get the best of me in sparring, always get the best of me in sparring. As far as the wrestling, the Muay Thai, the kickboxing aspect, I had that. I just felt a little bit behind on the boxing. So I
Yeah,
decided to get into boxing training to get my hands right for
yeah,
sparring him. And then
yeah.
I got into boxing training, and that was it. I fell in love with boxing and basically quit MMA training and stuck to boxing. And I did some smokers, some amateur fights, and then after that, I was working at the gym here, the UFC gym. I ended up having two of my beautiful daughters. Got
Oh,
busy with life, couldn't keep
yeah.
competing and stuff like that, and I started to teach the kids class, and I saw both of these kids, their first times in here, they were not doing everything right, but with some of the things they were doing, I said, I talked to their parents. I said, hey, you should let me train them. I think they show some good qualities. They
Yeah.
agreed, and they let me train them, and then I started my fight team with them.
Oh,
And
really?
yes,
Wow.
yes, and we started off building with them. They've been training a year and a half each. Um, Max has had 2 fights. Jeremiah has had 3 fights, and we're going from there. That's
Wow.
just how we got into
That's awesome. And I have two beautiful daughters, so I know how that is too, man. That's such a
it.
blessing,
Yes,
and
it is.
that's
It is.
such an amazing thing. Hey, boys,
Yeah.
you want to tell us how you guys got started in boxing and how some of your first experiences were?
Yes.
Max, go ahead.
I I was in Fairfax. I moved to Woodbridge. I went to the gym. I started kickboxing. Decided I
Uh-huh.
didn't. I stopped kickboxing. I didn't like it. I switched to boxing. Then that's how.
You fell in love. Yep. What about Jeremiah?
For me, my dad here, and I liked it a lot, and I fell in love with the sport. So,
There you
so I
go.
was boxing now.
So Jeremiah actually came here because something happened at home and he got mad and punched his iPad. and and they were like, "Hey, if you have energy to punch your iPad, you should go to the boxing gym." And he
You
doesn't
got a
like
good
when I
punch,
tell.
yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't like when I tell that story. So he came here because he has punched his iPad,
It's all right,
and
Jeremiah. People get frustrated. That's how it is.
and then after that, you
Hey,
know, he came as punishment, and then ended up falling in love with the sport, and now he's competing, and that he's off to a better note now.
that's awesome. Now, Coach, uh, this interview is about influence, and obviously, right next to you, we see the importance of good, positive influence. Give us some of your biggest influences in your life, in your boxing career, in your martial arts career, and just share it with us and your audience.
So some of my biggest influences, one is my initial coach in MMA, Coach Johnny Curtis. He was just very patient. He would come in all the time from work. We would be in there sometimes either from work or from not doing anything in the day. He would go to work. He was, I think he had a tree service business, so he would go do all that hard work and he'll come in, look hurt, broken, with a cup of coffee in his hand. But he'll drink that and then he'll go straight to work with us, making us look bad like he wasn't working a whole 12-hour shift, and after that, we would kind of sit down and he'll talk with us, he'll read the Bible with us, we'll say a prayer, he'll talk to everybody. He was very engaged, it's kind of like a family environment,
Wow.
so it was very influential in my life because you know, you get some coaches who are just, doing their job. Hey, jump here, do this, do that. And then they leave. There's no connection. There's nothing like that. With Coach Johnny, it was almost like, you want me to do 10 things? Okay, cool. I did it. You want me to do another five? I can do five more, coach. He's like, oh, no, it's all right. 10 is fine, So I saw that and it kind of inspired me that when I started coaching them, that hey, it's not only about telling them what to do, but also just kind of show them that hey, you're here to listen to them, you're here to hear out their problems, which is what Coach Johnny did, and that was very, very influential in my life because I was able to talk to him, I was able to express myself, I was able to not feel like who I felt like, oh, maybe I'm not gonna be able to accomplish anything, or I'm a bad guy. Coach Johnny was had a way of making us all feel the same and say, hey, we always have a chance to improve. We always have a chance to be
Yeah,
better. So that helped me a lot. And I've been able to go off of that and also, return the favor with these kids and having my own team here.
that's awesome. Yeah, and kids, what does it mean to you guys to have such a positive influence like Coach Bennett, being there and having your back and helping you out and always giving you some good wisdom? How does that feel?
Amazing.
Yeah,
It helps me stay disciplined. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, man.
It helps me feel good because when I'm learning this now, I'm gonna even be better when I go older. Like when I'm older, like 18 or something.
yeah. And it gives you good habits and gives you good discipline, like Max was saying, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And all right, Coach. So if you could give us a little gem, a quote, a motto, something that you kind of tell the boys and your athletes that keep them motivated and empowered.
Hey, so I always tell them when the going gets tough, we get tougher. When it gets tough, we
Yeah,
get tougher, and we never. What do we never get?
Tired.
We never get tired. We don't get tired over here, and that tired does not exist in our vocabulary. And anytime the going is getting tough, we're gonna push even harder. That's the going. That's the saying. The motor here. We train different. and we don't get tired.
We don't get tired. I like that. I
No,
like that.
no. Yeah.
And that's beautiful. So, Coach, to finish things up here, give everybody here a way that they can follow the journey for you guys in UFC Gym,
Yes.
and show you guys a little bit of love if possible.
Yeah, for sure. So my personal Instagram is Mr. Miyagi, which is from the Karate Kid movie, but it's spelled
Yeah.
MIISTER underscore Miyagi, MIYAGI. That's it. That's my Instagram handle.
Okay.
The UFC Gym's Instagram handle is at UFC Gym Woodbridge.
Okay.
Then that's it. That's how you find us. Um, we're always trying to compete and stay busy. So follow us, guys. Come show love. Come support. These kids are always in here grinding every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, doing. Now that they're on summer break, they're doing two training sessions a day. You know, and
Good work,
it takes
boys. Good work.
adults. It takes adults to want to do what these kids are doing. So I really want to
Yep.
give them a big shout out. They've really impressed me since they started. There's no easy work here. It's always hard work, and they grind. They'll cry. They'll be mad. They'll be hurting, but they always show up every day and put in their work and do their best. So I'm proud of
Yep.
them.
Yep.
Come through on our Instagram, show us love, support them on their journey.
Yep. Yep. I can't wait to see you boys once again, everyone. Hook Hall, July 13th, the Champions League
Yes,
boxing.
sir. Yes,
Make sure you
sir.
guys come out and support these two young boys. And you have
For
maybe one
sure.
more, Carlos, that might be on the show as well. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Coach
yeah.
Ben, Coach Bennett, you're gonna have a busy evening. I
Yeah, we'll
hope
have
it.
a
I
busy
hope
day.
training. I hope training camp and everything goes great for you guys. And
For sure.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate
Re-
it,
really
boys.
appreciate you guys.
Keep training hard and always listen to Coach Bennett, okay?
Okay, well,
Hey, thank you.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys
thank
next
you.
time. We'll see you guys soon, July 13th.
July 13th.
All right, guys.